Call the meeting to order at 7 p.m.
Here, can you please mute yourself just so that there's no interruption? You can unmute when you're ready, when we're ready for you. Thanks. We've got a couple of appropriations to do.
Okay, meeting is called to order. The first item on the agenda are appropriation requests. Are these yours, Martha, to discuss? Facilities like beach and gazebo?
But I have Eric here. Eric will come up just to give you.
Jay, do we need to seat an alternate or did Andy appoint someone?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Andy's not here tonight and asked that Maria sit in his place. Would you do that, please?
I will do that.
Thank you.
We need a motion.
No.
No,
It's just.
What's going on with this thing? He's the damage all on. Is this that? It's not this.
So
Maybe.
Eric is.
Is that that?
Oh,
I said, that's not us. What's going on? Okay. So I have Eric Olson here for two special appropriations, and he has some documentation if you need it. Happy to do. I think I sent. Did I send you? I sent you some for the appropriations from facilities. And Eric will walk you through. So the first one up is the gazebo.
I'll pass along. I kind of cleaned up what maybe Martha had passed out. I have copies there. Hopefully you have enough for everybody. Just as a refresher and for the new members of the Board of Finance, we went out to bid in December for the replacement of the pavilion at White Sands Beach. We received 5 bids. Low bidder came in at $196,850. The high bidder came in at $368,775, and the other 3 in between there. Our budget for the project, which started in 24-25 budget year, we have $175,000 for the project. To date, we have spent $15,943 on the engineering and all of the plans and the review and the CAM permit, which we have received from the state and through zoning, special zoning. So we are ready to go with the project. Unfortunately, we don't have the funds, as you can see in the first column there. We're 44,000 and change short. We did speak with the low bidder to try to negotiate a lower price. As you can see in the revised cost column there, they've got their cost down to 173. The engineer lowered his cost for the construction review and went to the Board of Selectmen last night to ask for an additional $19,999 to cover the project. So that's where we're at. The Board of Selectmen did approve that to send to you guys. So if you have any questions, concerns?
I'll move 20,000 for the appropriation request.
Junior Day?
20,000.
Yeah, well, I just have a.
No, he said he'd move. He's making a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you asked a question.
Second.
It's easier for Anita.
But did you intentionally make it 19,999? So it was below?
It was below. That's why we did it.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So David, doesn't it have to be below 20,000?
I thought it was 20,000 or below, but if it's not, then 19,999.
Covers you either way.
Yeah, no, I think 20,000
Still
or
second.
more has to go to a town meeting.
I think so. That's why we did 19. I was
We're
even.
guessing it's in the policy, so 19,999.
I've actually been reading policies.
And Anna seconded it.
Yep.
Is there any discussion? No questions for Eric? I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Motion passes.
Then I think Martha is, the next one is the,
So the next one is the fencing around the trash disposal at the senior center during a storm. The door hadn't been latched properly. The doors flew open and broke. Eric received a quote from Arrow Fence for $2,622.82 that would replace them. Number of years ago, the same thing happened here in the back of Town Hall. Arrow did the repair there. They've held up extremely well. And we haven't had a problem with them.
No.
Now, the only difference that you could do this as an appropriation, or there would have to be some kind of a request from, we have some money in the building fund,
Yeah, one of the two funds that we have.
one of the two funds.
But this is for the senior center, is it not?
Correct.
Because they have to reimburse us now. Fine.
Okay. Oh. Then I guess it would have to be a special appropriation and we will bill Lime for their share.
I didn't hear the number that,
$2,622.82.
okay, 2,622.
The reason I went to Martha originally, the Board of Selectmen, was this is more than half of the operating budget for repairs and maintenance at the senior center. So if we just applied it as a repair, there would be no money left, and, it would eat up over 50%.
But there would be somewhat less than 50% left.
I don't know exactly what's left in there now.
Anita, what number do you see there? But my question is whether we should anticipate an overage in that account and approve this today, or wait until there is an overage and approve it tomorrow.
It's for the senior center.
I mean, if-
I don't understand.
If we make a special appropriation and you haven't spent what's in your budget, if you go over budget by more than what the appropriation was for, that then puts us in a situation where we have to go to town meeting.
We're probably better off to do it at the end of the year.
So-
She goes over.
Right. Yeah. So it's more of a heads up that there's a big expenditure coming in that category. And in May or June, if there's something else big that comes
It's
up.
for the repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, that's where I would apply it to if we.
For Lime, for the senior center?
Senior center.
Yeah, we can't make a second appropriation for that budget.
Contracted services, maintenance. Maintenance, personally,
She has 3,000.
is 3,363 spent. She has 5,000 in the account.
I'm sorry, what's the balance today?
5,000.
No,
that's the original.
Huh?
1,700.
Okay, so we have to make the
Oh.
appropriation.
Well,
The-
no, they can
the
go
balance
over.
left on that line item today is 1,700.
About 1,700.
That's true.
Okay, we can't take 2,600.
Yeah, she can go over, and then if the end of the year, we can make the appropriation, because we can't make a second appropriation this
Okay.
year
Got it.
for that line item.
Right.
Like, say there's a bigger thing that comes out and it's another $5,000 expense, we
Got it.
won't be able to do that. We'd have to
Okay,
go to town meeting
Lime
for it.
Senior Center. It's right here.
That's January.
Okay.
so that makes.
I'm just so you're aware, I know we've had some issues with the boiler, which wasn't replaced in the renovation this month, so that number is below that 1,700, but as long as you're aware of it, then,
Right.
then that's.
Yeah. I mean, the sort of threshold that comes in is that $20,000 threshold, and then it has to go to town meeting no matter what.
Okay, if we were at the end of the year.
At the
just
end
say,
of the year,
Right, I
right,
don't anticipate that, but,
right. But we can only make one appropriation in a fiscal year.
Sorry.
well, that makes sense.
There you go.
Okay, so you just
we'll
apply it.
extend the budget and we'll deal with it later.
Okay, at least we know what's happening.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. That's easy.
Okay. And the next,
Anything? I'm all set.
you're all set.
All right, thank you.
You're good to go. Thank you very much. And then we have Cheryl Poirier here, who represents our America 250 community. As you know, in the budget this year, there's $5,000 set aside for America 250. However, the events are coming up and there are contracts to be signed with some things for our townwide picnic on July 5th. Those would have to be signed before June 30th. And Cheryl has reworked the numbers from her original discussion with me. And she's given you a nice America 250 sheet tonight to explain why she needs an additional request of now $12,400.
Okay, good evening. At this point, the America 250 committee has been underway for several months. We've been creating content sharing with the town historic aspects of Old Lyme and how it connects to the Revolution and the founding of the country. We do have a number of events planned as well. The largest one, the most expensive one, being a townwide picnic. We have reserved Town Woods Park for Sunday, July 5th, which is the date of the nation's potluck as a townwide picnic. We're inviting residents to come and bring their own fixings, and we're going to have contests and hopefully live music. And obviously support and facilities and that sort of thing, like porta potties and all those kind of things that you have when you have a lot of people. So we have that. We have a commemorative booklet we want to put together, a photo contest. We're hoping that we can do a community quilt. So those are items we will not announce until we know that we have the budget to support it. I would like to start looking at bands for the picnic and reserving some of the people that would be involved in that, as well as announcing other events that the committee hopes to take on. We have, as Martha said, we have $5,000 in the budget this year. We are asking for $5,000 for 26, 27. We would probably be done with that by August of this year. And the appropriation would cover the balance of 12,400 that gives us a grand total of 22,400. And obviously this is a short-term committee. It's a one-time event. It's a historic event, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Cheryl, the 5,000 that you're requesting for next year, those expenses won't come due until after July 1st.
That's what my estimation is. I think there will be some, if the picnic takes place July 5th, we would probably be paying the balance of, say, musicians. We probably have a down payment of some sort and then paying a balance after the date. There might be other vendors that we're paying after the event as well.
So I guess the question, if we're not certain about that,
Mhm.
should we move some of that 5,000 into this fiscal year and reduce some of the requests for next fiscal year?
If I can do a carryover,
Oh, sure.
yeah, that would be fine. So the appropriation request would be 17.4, or
Well,
A part of it.
You can take the whole 5,000 into this year if you want to.
that is your decision, as long as I can
I'm sure you're
carry
gonna have
over.
some expenses for the next fiscal year, so I'd leave something to leave the line item open.
Okay.
Bring 4 into this year and 1 for next year.
That works fine for me. I don't know if there are objections to that.
What do people think? So that would make the appropriation this year 16.4 and the request for next year $1,000.
I mean, I think that gives you the most flexibility.
It would be appreciated.
And I think from an accounting perspective, it's cleaner to have the bulk of the event in one fiscal year. It's just unfortunate that it happens to fall at a time when it gets
Mhm.
Right.
chopped in the middle. But from a conceptual perspective, it seems like it makes sense to have the whole event in one year.
Yes.
Oh, so you'd move the whole 5 into this year.
Well, I don't think that's not on the table, but
No, because I think it's reasonable to expect you'll have expenses next fiscal year, so we'd want that line item.
Yeah, there are other things after July 5th that you're gonna be doing? Or is that the end of it?
I think by mid-July, we're done
Okay.
in terms of spending.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other thoughts? Then let me ask for a resolution approving 16.4, the 16.4 appropriation for American 250.
So moved.
Second.
Anna moves. Kim seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Motion passes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let's get into our budget books. The services. So that's from the beginning of, I guess it's page one, coincidentally enough. And it looks like the current year's budget is $25,008 and the request,
They don't have the salary, this salary, have challenge.
okay,
That's why everything is down. When I look at the summary.
That's why, and what it is, there's a number at the bottom. If you look at the front of, there's a number at the bottom to give you an estimate, because what I did is I plugged numbers in today. There was a number on the bottom last night for the board of selectmen. And I reduced that number by what I plugged in, but then I got numbers without the pay, so that you could approve that now, and then the salaries will come back at a later date. That we did the same thing last year.
Is that the blue?
If you look at the last page. How much? Other salaries. Front page,
Page, the
The
second
front page of
page.
the book,
front page of the book.
the front page of the book.
The book?
That gives
Social
you the
services.
If you look at bottom on last night.
It's really the third page, page 3. At the top, there's an other salaries line, which goes in to
Okay.
total salaries.
Last night, the board of selectmen did ask, if you basically take out, the regional school, there is an approximately 9% increase in the budget, and most of that is capital and transfers out. So, it's very, basically almost a flat budget.
what did you say about a flat budget?
Pretty much almost a flat, most of it.
In operations are flat, but capital is up.
It went up 1.2 million, but, one of them is, like $1 million, the other one's like 100, so it's maybe a 100,000 difference within the general.
Mhm.
So
So
most of
the-
it is capital. The 9% increase.
The bottom line number, you have 45,394 this year, 48,113. Next year, that's the 9% increase.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the next two columns, I think, are just,
The 9% increase is just the general fund, not including the regional school.
well, the 48 includes the regional.
Right, that's an estimated number. We haven't got the final number to the end.
It's how does it? There's
Okay.
on all the pages.
The $2 million in salaries is an estimate of total salaries.
Full time in the parks, like the parks and everything you'll see in here. But I do have. I do have the amount to approve per without those included. I just moved them out so that you can see where they are.
Back to social services then.
So I'm looking, Anita, the blue column that's labeled 2627 does not have the salary in it, so that's the number we're looking at.
Yes.
It looks to me like we're looking to approve $1,225.
Who-
Everybody see that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there any discussion, or questions?
I know we asked about this last year, Martha. The miscellaneous line, I mean, and again, this is small, really insignificant, but it's going from 700 to 900, so going up $200, saying it's due to potential increase in dues.
Hold on, sorry.
They've
Yes,
never
and,
spent more than $550 against that line.
Social service miscellaneous.
And if you look behind it, so if you did send us an email,
Mhm.
it shows that the dues did go up and some put down, it's on the page.
Just the first page, back
Oh.
page,
Back and forth.
the class membership dues for next year.
Right. So which class do we fall into?
I believe we fall into the, well, I would assume 180, but she may include like the town nurse
Okay.
or also on that. So it could be 2 staff members, just so that they are both.
Any other questions or comments?
Well, I'll move the $1,225.
I'll
Move this
second.
along.
Second.
Maria seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Okay. Lions Youth Services Bureau.
I'll move the 100,980.
Second.
Any discussion? As you see, it's almost just under $2,000.
It's 2%.
Mhm. Any questions, any discussion? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That passes. Social services agencies.
I just interject here.
Sure.
We received a letter today from CIRAC up in Norwich, who asked if we would allocate $1,100 for, I've never seen a request from them before, and we have no Anita went back and tried to look. She never knew of them planning. Basically, they do Narcan suicide prevention trainings, support of our local prevention council. They paid for part of the Baldwin Bridge signage event that was up for the suicide hotline. They do prescription drug overdose training and kits provided to the Old Lyme EMS and liquor store retail outreach. And they asked for $1,100. This has never come before. I've never seen it. And they just requested the $1,100, whether for us to put in so that they could help support the prevention programming here in Old Lyme.
What's the name of the organization?
CIRAC, SERAC.
So it's a nonprofit headquartered in
It is.
Norwich.
It is. And,
And
but
what services are they saying they're providing to Old Lyme?
I just read them.
All they think that they're providing all of those services to us.
Right. And they give the overdose train they train the EMS, the Old Lyme EMS on prescription drug overdose training, and they provide them with kits.
Do
Does it
we
seem-
know that? I mean, that would seem to be something that they.
Literally received this yesterday, late afternoon. I haven't had time to call the EMS department to ask. You can certainly table it. We don't have to. I just wanted to let you know, and then I'd get in touch with the executive
We can
director.
approve it and then change it if the Board of Selectmen suggests.
Or we can.
We didn't have this yesterday. to
Later.
be-
I defer and ask you to talk to
That's fine.
EMS and see whether it makes sense.
I will.
It sounds like some of those services overlap with LYSB as well.
Well, the prevention coordinator position is gone over there now.
Right.
So
Right.
this may be filling a gap as well.
We
I
need
think
more.
this does more.
Yeah.
This does more for our emergency staff. What they do for LYSB is different. It's more for counseling and things like that for the students and provide Mary with support services.
Is it possible that EMS pays them if they're a service we've been
I will
using?
instead of second guessing, I'll get the information and get back to you.
And I'd be interested to know what their budget is and where does the rest of their funding come from?
Sure.
Because we would think that EMS would come to us. Because it's gonna fund them, right?
No,
No,
no, this is a service they provide to them.
to them, which,
We'll work
Well,
it
we
out.
don't,
yeah,
they aren't volunteer, they're their own
They're paid
business.
staff.
Yeah.
okay.
EMS, we pay them.
So do we need a motion to skip this one for today?
It's not on here. So you.
No, I know, but wouldn't it fall under social service agencies?
Well, we can
Just
bring it
make a
back up.
mention that we might, after more information, we may add it to the budget or not. That's fine. I think that that would be the proper way that Martha will do more research. It just came in. Usually people get these to us just November, December timeline.
So do we
So
need
the
to,
other two big ones are child and family, I don't know, where $5,000, and then Homeless Hospitality Center wants to bump their number as well. Those are the material items driving the increase.
So it's sexual assault.
I just, yeah,
Oh, you just, I'm sorry.
measure of materiality.
Yeah, and they requested actually, her request, they said they helped 4 families. And they were asking 69,29,88, and it's at state matching funds for federal government, so I use half of the matching. So. And last year they actually asked the same, and we got the question one.
So who knows something about Child and Family Agency, which apparently has not been granted anything in the past? Whether or not they've asked, I don't recall. But it's a new $5,000 ask.
Right,
We need,
it's a new one.
yeah, but I think we need some information.
Child and Family Services has been working out of New London for as
Yeah.
long as I've been alive.
But what do they provide for New London? I think
It's
people know
not
the
just New,
profile of it, but all of a sudden they want $5,000 and they've never asked for it before, and maybe there's a correspondence that explains it.
did they provide you with a
Yes.
ask letter? It's in the
It's in here.
backup. Your backup, you go to, it'll be there. We'll get it.
Also, just concerned about overlap because we've got a million nonprofits.
Child and Family Services is
It's
towards
right
the end.
after Hope. And they did provide.
Yes, they gave
just
gave you
delivered.
some of your, well, that's not, will I be in.
So it's almost in the back.
Why did the selectmen approve it?
We approved it because it was, we did not sit down and go through each of these individually.
Okay.
We approved it as a group. It's basically to you to read out what you do or do not. Because I know there was a lot of discussion last year about what we give to and, whatever. So,
Right, so Child and Family Agency, I think is the last insert. Or
Almost.
maybe the last insert, so
Like
take
4
a minute
pages in the
to
back.
take a look at it.
Yeah, it's CFA.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Yeah, this is a form letter. It doesn't really
right,
say anything that
no, it doesn't.
it's going to provide for Old Lyme.
I'm sure it's just a basic letter that comes out.
If you have to know how it services online.
I would want to follow up with them and find out how many families they serve in Old Lyme.
Okay, I'll
Um,
do it.
Right, so let's defer decision on that. The New London Homeless Hospitality Center, as David mentioned, is up a couple of thousand. And social services sexual assault is up a couple of thousand.
Yeah, last year we decided to only pay for, we did one, so one family would be 1732.47, so it would be 1733.
What are you referring to, Anita?
But last year we only donated for, it said over here, it's 1733 per family.
Can you just
It said
tell
that
us
they-
who you're talking about?
The sexual assaults.
Sexual assault.
In the notes, it said 17, this year 1733 per family. They said that they helped 4 families. Last year, we gave them enough for one family, was the 1411. So you can also do the 1733, which would be one family and increasingly a few hundred.
Are they saying they helped 4 families in Old Lyme?
Yes.
Well, if they helped 4 families in Old Lyme, I'd be inclined to support it.
Me too, but if we're deferring, maybe we have the conversation next week.
With whom?
Yeah, I agree.
But we've got 2 or 3 other things.
I agree. Cause I mean, if we're cutting the other 5,000, cause they don't help anybody in Old Lyme, it's easier to put on 5,000 for these guys.
Right.
Or whatever they're.
Yeah, whatever. they're
So let me
requesting.
just ask you, give me my homework. Is there anyone else you want me to call? I'll get them all done tomorrow. I'll give you the information.
I'm gonna go back to my notes from last year on the homeless hospitality center, because I know we did have a discussion about that.
Mhm.
And
Um,
homeless, I believe she's the one that lost some funding.
I'm sorry, she lost.
Oh, they've lost federal funding.
Yes.
So that's why they're asking for more from this
Okay.
community.
But
If
there,
we can dig into that because, the state is sitting on a ton of dough too. So
Pardon?
the state is sitting on a ton of dough.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, this is one of the key areas for sustainable CT this year. I haven't seen the new updated things that came out, points that came out, but this will be one of the things that we will be asked. And that was one of the things that we had said last year. Fred, you were sit on that and you talked about all the good things they do. We took the line out of social services, our social services budget, and moved it just to here as a nonprofit to give it to them directly. And so it's fine. I mean, I'm more than happy to
It's a
call.
for discussion next week. If
Right.
Yeah, and I think folks are saying that for record keeping, it would be simpler to defer the social service agencies
Okay.
entirety.
Great, perfect.
But is the homeless hospitality center the principal homeless center in New London?
It is.
It
And we
is.
have sent people there.
Yeah, no, I think we certainly have to support them.
I'll get all the numbers.
Full Lyme VNA,
I'll move the 50 grand for that.
second,
What one?
VNA.
BNN.
it's,
Connie, did you second?
No, I
Kim.
can't.
Thank you.
it's held constant from last year. And it's down from prior years, presumably because of their charitable contributions from others.
No,
No,
The change in their setup, probably.
they're changing their change in their setup and now this just funds their town nurse.
okay,
And they
I think previously
we
though,
used to give to them and they paid.
Right, but they have their own funding mechanisms. They have like an endowment. And so because if you look way back, it went down and then we were like, why would you ask for less? And they were like, we have enough money. We're only
Right.
asking you for what we need.
Right. That's
So-
exactly what they're doing here.
Okay.
that's what I thought.
So we're moving
Okay,
50,000.
David made the motion for 50, who seconded
I
it?
did.
Kim.
Kim? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That's approved.
That's it.
Missouri Transit District.
I'll move the 18,785.
Second.
As you see, that's a $545 increase. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That's approved.
I'll move the next one, Estuary Nutrition District for 22/9/24.
I'll second.
Yeah, that's actually down a hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That's approved. Mullen Senior Center.
I'm on the call in case you guys need to have any questions.
Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks.
Hi, yep.
So the total for the senior center, obviously, just the senior center has been up and down, in fact, and in financing with the renovations, and it's now opened and going forward next year. So there is a reason why I think the numbers are all over the place.
But they're,
Yeah, we'll have
the
more
way,
stable numbers for next year's budget.
Yeah, but what I am looking at curiously, so the budget for 26-27 is 93,000. If you look back to starting at 21-22,
That's
The-
because
the
of
numbers-
wages.
The
Wages.
salaries aren't in.
salaries aren't.
the wages aren't in here.
Yeah.
It's operations only.
And without the clerk, it's 91,550.
I'm sorry,
Without the clerk is shown above, it's 91,550. That would be approved.
Well, they can include the clerk.
Yeah,
Well, the clerk would be with the salaries when the salaries. come.
Well, this
It's up
one,
to them. They can.
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
So, well, so what's that number then without the clerk? Because if we're gonna do salaries all at once,
91,550.
so I'll move the 91,550 for senior center.
I'll second that.
Yep.
I have a question though on it.
Sure.
So the electricity,
Mhm.
I think you thought might be a little low for this year's budget.
Okay, so,
And
oh, go ahead, sorry.
it's quite a bit higher for next year. So is that because it seems like we planned it a little low for this year and this is the adjustment?
We
Or is
under-
this just,
We
a hope?
underestimated.
Okay.
We underestimated, and obviously we didn't know till we got in the building what it was gonna look
Okay.
like. So Eric took the bills that he had, by the amount of months, figured that to be equal, multiply it by 12, divide it by however many months, multiply it by 12, and that's the closest we are. I mean, we're trying to do things to bring that down. Eric just put boxes around some of them, so that only we control them in the common rooms, and we're also playing with the that is also also that a lot of that is heat, because the heat is both electric and propane. So we're trying to tweak it a little differently. So maybe we're using more propane and less electric.
I get suckered into heat pumps. I'm seeing that too.
it's,
So
because
we're
it
hoping
looks
it's
like
gonna be
too,
better.
your heating propane costs are down this year.
Yeah.
Too, so,
Because the heat pumps are doing until it
Yes.
reaches a certain
Yeah.
temperature.
but it also, it wasn't,
We had
it
discussion
wasn't
about last
occupied
week.
for most of the
How
year.
it feels. and all.
oh, okay, okay,
The
okay.
bills, I think Eric did a really good job. He took the square footage of the old building, looked at the bills, then he costed out what it would costed, tried to build in inflation, and as we all know, electric bills in Connecticut are not exactly our friend right now.
Okay.
So this is what we're dealing with.
All right, so we have a motion for 91,550, which excludes salaries, including the clerk. Any further discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Abstentions? That's approved. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, guys.
It's May close. Starting with the library, right?
Katie is here. She has a $10,000 increase from last year.
Which is only 2.33%. It is being good.
Trying.
Before I ask for a motion, any questions of Katie? Katie came to the board of selectmen meeting and went over stuff pretty carefully.
I'll move the 440,000.
Second.
That's on and Kim, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That passes. Thank you, Katie. It is.
I did receive an email that, Matt would not be able to be there. This he already had a previous engagement, yeah, another person is out sick. So he did send, his condolences, he's very sorry he could not make it.
But you're jumping down to the quiz, but I skipped over the Lime Academy of Fine Arts.
Yes, Lime Academy.
Oh, sorry.
And
Sorry.
Wendy's online.
Sorry.
I'm here.
Anyway,
Good evening.
Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
so,
Basically, it's a
the Lime
flat.
Academy of Fine Arts has been at $20,000 since at least 21. It's gotten it and it's spent it.
Hasn't gone up.
Any discussion?
I think the purpose is for potential grants to show that the community supports. And so that's why there's not a need for an increase, but there's a need for a base level of some sort.
And I think we may have given them a one-time grant sometime in there for capital improvements, maybe.
We had done that historically, yeah.
Okay.
So Wendy, we're inferring that that you're in pretty good shape financially. And I don't mean that you're, making money hand over fist, but that you're balancing your budget. 20,000 is all you need from the town to do that.
That's correct. That would be wonderfully appreciated. Yes.
Okay, a motion? Anybody?
I'll move the 20,000.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions?
One.
You're what? Are you abstaining?
Yeah.
Okay. One abstention and the motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
My apologies, I skipped the one, I didn't.
We're okay. We're good.
Book Riz.
Well, the grids have been pretty constant. Also, and this year it's requesting a $540 increase. And Matt, you said is not available.
Yeah, that is not available here. Another, two loans had other
That's okay.
engagements.
Peter's on. Peter's on.
Does anybody have any questions? Martha probably knows everything there is to know about it.
Peter's on.
Oh,
Peter's on. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Hi, Peter.
Hi there, how are you?
Hi.
What are you gonna do with the $542 now?
I wish I had Matt to answer that question. I'm hours into my executive director role here, so, but I'm assuming that has to do with some of the same things that you mentioned a moment ago, commitment by the town, although the increase I can't explain. I
I'm
know
not
that.
kidding, I'm kidding you.
Yeah, no, I understand, but I don't understand the modest increase since the support that you've shown historically has been consistent and appreciated.
Any questions of Matt?
Peter.
Peter, it's Peter.
I'm sorry,
Peter.
Is
Peter.
on.
Peter's sitting in.
That is not
it
a
was Peter, not Matt.
Peter is
Right.
sub-
Peter's
subbing
online.
tonight.
It's easy to confuse me.
Mark, Luke, and John are also not in the one.
Right, exactly. Right.
Sorry that Matt sent me the email, so that must have crossed.
So I'll move the $16,022. The selectmen
I'll second.
approved it, so.
Any discussion?
What was that number? 16,000?
16,022.
022?
Yes.
Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That passes.
Elsbeth is on for the Lime Art Association. And basically, it's a $500 increase this year that they're requesting.
Hi, everybody.
And the backup invitation is behind your pages so you can see the reason. But she's also online.
Flat for a long time at $8,000, and then we bumped it to 9 for a couple of years, and this is another $500. I'll move the 9,500.
I'll second that.
Take on a 1 second. Any discussion?
Oh, no.
Fighting.
I know, it doesn't matter to me.
We give out points at the,
Oh, do you? That's great.
no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being online.
Absolutely.
So Historical Society.
Okay.
Old Line Historical.
They are not present. Oh, they are. Michaela's here. For all I'm sorry. I thought you were just coming to watch us
Oh,
tonight.
no.
So Michaela, you folks have been at 8,500 for several years, and now you want to increase that to 10,000. Can you explain off the top of
Yes,
your head?
this is a one-time request just for this year to support the America 250. We are having a beefed up lecture series and bringing in some really high quality speakers, which will be open, of course, to the whole town. And anyone else. We also are mounting an exhibit of 1776, 1876, and 1976 artifacts, and also specific like photographs and memorabilia from Old Lyme Bicentennial specifically. And to do that, we had to refurbish. We have these really ancient museum cases that we inherited from somewhere, and they're just, the lighting in the building is terrible, but the lighting would cost like $10,000 to replace. So we've pursued lighting solutions for the cases themselves, and also put them on casters so that we can actually change the exhibits out more easily. So it's the 1,500 is to support those two aspects of the America 250.
And those improvements will continue to be enjoyed after the 250.
Oh, yes.
I'll move the 10,000.
And I'll second that.
Can we donate to the 1976 items that are?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I just finished doing the newsletter, and
Would you like
there's
to-
a big box that says, give us all your tchotchkes, please, or you can lend them if you'd like them back.
Yeah, clothing, whatever.
I'm gonna wear those to the 250 party.
Take pictures of, have all pictures of your elected officials, what they look like in
Exactly,
1976. There you go.
So this motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? You got it.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. And we have a visitor we have Alicia here from Tori Peterson. Hello.
Hello.
Well, so as you see, the Tori Peterson went up in 24. Couple of years ago, but this is the same request they made in the past several years.
No, they've gone,
This is the same ask.
same ask.
Martha.
Right, sorry. I was on the wrong line. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on.
Her magnifying lens. on.
Same ask, flat
Flat ask.
request.
I'll move $13,000 for the Roger Tory Peterson Estuary Center.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That passes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Private beaches.
Yeah, the next is the private beach associations. I've got one thing to say, Anita and Martha, do you guys have any comments?
Definitely.
Well, I can only tell you that Anita shared with me one of the private beach association's security costs that they included. And I'm not in favor of providing them with reimbursement for things like security guard's phone case or their internet services so that things work better down there. That's not what this account was set up for. It was to help them pay for security guards so those extra additional things, I do not believe that we should be paying for. I know that there was a request today by the beach associations to raise it to 130,000 for next year from our 90, and we did go up. We've gone up a little bit each year, 85 to 90. We went up from 71 to
83,
80,
85.
and then we went up to 90. And I think a modest increase might be because of the fact that wages are certainly going up, but I haven't seen anything indicate that we should go up to 130.
Let me supplement.
We did not have the 130 yesterday when the Board of Selectmen
Right.
blessed everything, because that came in today with an email from Scott.
But let me give a short recent history. The beach associations, at least for a year, have wanted to reconsider the formula that we use to distribute it, and have met several times with Martha and me some of the time, and they never came up with a new proposal. I exchanged emails, or Scott Boulanger, who's the president, exchanged email with me today, basically saying that they're okay with the existing formula, but they would like to increase the aggregate, as Martha said, from 90 to 130,000. Now, Martha is quite right that the original intent was to subsidize guards, the private guards, not to subsidize ancillary expenses that might get thrown into a security budget. But Anita wanted to look behind the line item and have people send them support, and found that one of the beach associations line item, which was 40 some odd $1,000, was twice what the actual guard expense was. The good news is that didn't cost us any money, because the formula says the beach associations are allocated an amount based on a formula, 50% based on the number of lots and 50% pro rata. So if there are 10 beach associations, 10% each. The budget comes into play because we didn't want to give any association more than 50% of its actual budget. So if the formula would have resulted in paying more than 50% of your budget, it was reduced to that 50% number. And in the instances, and there were a couple of instances where folks were throwing stuff in that they shouldn't have, but that did not have a material adverse effect on the dollars that we were paying them. So we're going to clarify for the associations what numbers they should report. But based on this realization, it hasn't cost us anything.
So then what's the increase for?
Well, Scott's rationale is, he's correct when he says that our original rationale was explanation to the other taxpayers in town, why are we doing this? That we believe the private guards reduced our policing expense. And that was the justification, that without those guards, we'd have more policing expense. So Scott says, I'll just read it. We felt the collective security coverage provided in each association was saving the town at least one full-time equivalent officer annually, which we estimated to be 130,000. That's the answer.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the story. I want to talk about the methodology, but all we're going to do, all we typically do at this meeting is to approve the aggregate. And then we make Anita, and then she asked me to help, apply the formula and do the allocation. So let's focus on the number. Now, Martha suggested that maybe we should go up from the 90, and to the extent that, you know, we tend to look at a cost of living increase for expenses, I would support going up, but not to 130.
So can I just also say that he's basing this on 130,000 for a full-time, full year salary. They're only using 12 to 14 weeks.
Okay, so say we'll give you a third of a full-time policeman and reduce it to
But
45.
you wouldn't allocate one guy
No.
for all the
Right.
beaches.
It's like, what
You'd
is
have
it?
rangers and lots of different
Well, we don't
other
use the-
staffing.
Well, Martha
considerations.
has simply
We don't use the
pointed
rangers.
out the illogic in their
Well,
formula.
They
But-
could.
But you could, if he's comparing it to what the cost would be without this. So I'd be supportive of 95,000 this year. As a kind of increase in general costs. 5%.
Any further discussion before I ask for a motion?
I don't understand why you can't just figure this out in actual numbers. Like, what was the actual cost of the guards last year and
Well,
do like a COLA increase?
What
And
they're
then-
saving us on policing, which is complicated because it's a
Cost of their
mix.
guards, we pay them no more than 50% of the actual cost of the guards, right? And usually it's way
Right.
less than 50%.
Oh, it is. So it's not 50%. It's just less than
No,
50%.
50% is
Okay,
the
okay,
maximum.
okay.
And our cost is based on saved policing costs, not.
Sort of.
How many of them actually have guards?
But I remember our discussion last year was
They all
based
are
on.
usually
also
the
not-
non-
The guard expenses
increase.
have gone up substantially.
Anita's just told me that some of them have not even provided us with their paperwork from the season of from 2025.
I believe that.
We can always revisit if they get us paperwork, but
I
I
think
mean,
this
it is
is,
the beginning of February. You've been asking for it since the end of
Yeah, I
October, I'm sure.
Well, if they don't submit their paperwork, they won't get it.
You pay dues too. Like,
Hmm?
You pay dues as a member of the associations, I think, to be, I think you pay dues into, like, if I live at Point of Woods, I think I pay dues to Point of Woods too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like it's sort of pie in the sky what they're asking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
They have
and I
to
think
go
Martha's
through
point
hours.
is well taken, that
Yeah,
For all those
the
reasons,
seasonal
simple
nature
number.
of the
Yeah,
policing.
give me your man hours.
And labor costs have
The
gone up.
argument
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we look
Brent doesn't
at
get a
that.
security guard.
Yes, 100%.
You guys don't get a security guard.
So I'll make a motion for 95,000.
Okay, is there a
That's our
second?
choice. I mean,
We can have more discussion. Is there a second?
I mean, I'll second the 95,000 for the cost of living adjustment for the existing people that are there, but I don't understand the whole 95 to 130. It doesn't even make sense to me.
Right. Okay, so 95 has been made and seconded. Any discussion? And all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Okay, I want to bring up one other thing. A proposal, and Martha, for the Board of Selectmen as well. In terms of methodology, what we have done in the past has been, I think, not, more complicated than necessary without achieving any benefit. We asked the associations to send us their last year's numbers, and then we based the formula on that for 50%. And then in the fall, we say, well, send us your actual numbers in case there's some difference and the actual numbers were less, so that we reduce it. I don't know that this ever happened, but my suggestion is that we do it at a one-time slug based on last year's numbers. So we would be making decisions today based on their security guard expense for the summer of 25. And then, next year it'll be based on coming summer and so on. The only difference is that it would lag maybe by a few months in what the adjustment might otherwise be, but it'll wash out the same, I think, in the end. What do folks think about that?
I leave it to others as long as we just approve the overall amount.
Okay. Anita, and I talked about it yesterday, and I think she's supportive. Martha, do you want to think about it or discuss it with the Board of Selectmen? Okay, then let's do that. It just simplifies everything.
And we'll get together and work on details.
Right?
That is all of the abatements, and they're in the back where you have no name on the tab, the blank tab, and they're all,
I have,
and everybody has.
Anita did a great job getting all this from Limewood, Ryfield, and Hope in a timely manner this year. They all,
Are we thinking to the abatements?
yeah.
Well, is there any change to what we've done in the past?
Hope is 100, the other two are 80.
Okay.
We've had some tugs of war in the past about getting numbers from them. Have we gotten financials from these folks this year?
yeah, they're right here.
Okay.
They should be divided by
Color. Yellow, green.
yeah, there's like a piece of paper between each of them, so that.
So the green separates.
Well, rather than be through all this, you've looked through all of this and it looks consistent with prior years. Anita?
Yeah, I mean, they do it there.
So
It's 80 times 2 plus 100, right?
That is better. I just, we got it.
So what are we looking to approve?
Oh, I'm sorry, Hope is 100%, Ron is right, over.
Percentages, okay.
yeah, I suppose the reason why we would hesitate is if their financial statements showed a substantial improvement that makes them not need the relief. I would be surprised if that's true,
For the converse.
that they need more relief.
Yeah, because Limewood was in trouble for a while. They were letting vacants sit and they've only got, I think, 26 units there, so.
I think he said he's got 82 on the waiting list.
Yeah, it says right here,
Frontline
they have
says right.
82 on the waiting list.
But the problem is they don't turn the units fast enough. So they're missing, if it takes them 2 months and they've got 3 empty units, that really impacts their bottom line because it's such a small property. But if performance, and it did look like performance is pretty consistent with historicals, I'll make a motion for an 80% rebate for Limewood and Ryfield Manor and 100% for Hope.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Pass. Now, in order of doing things, we passed over Parks and Recs. Was that for a reason?
Yes, we did, because Don is at a basketball game, so he didn't have notification. He'd already confirmed. So he's at a basketball game working, and we kind of timed it out thinking that you'd take longer to get through this. So we told him that we would be, but I can go talk for him. And because I said I was here to present, and if he comes in later, we'll work it through.
Let's see if we can do it.
I'll just, Anita and I are pretty good. We've worked with him and he did come to our meeting. And, he's, of course, got all of his backup documentation about his seasonal health behind it.
So again, these are numbers without salaries.
So some of my, his seasonal, I put it in there to show you what's been went up on his seasonal. So some of it is to let you know.
Yep.
But so his bottom line with no salaries for park and rec would be 80,660.
How much? I'm sorry.
80,660.
Does the salary committee have anything to do with the seasonal wages for Park and Rec?
No, because it's based on minimum wage. And then if they've been here a number of years, that we increase.
And if you look at the first page behind it.
It does.
How much he's paying
Right.
everybody.
But those are gonna get pulled and put in with the salary numbers. Okay. Okay.
So Anita, you're saying 80,000 to us. What line is that on?
No, it's not. It's just everything added up without wages.
Okay. So I'm seeing that budget at 260.
Right, because 186,795 is
It's
wages.
seasonal wages.
So if you,
So focus on the 8 or 9 below that,
Below it.
which are flat.
Yeah, and his wages went up just a little because minimum wage went up to 1690.
What's the number with that?
About 80,660.
So I'll move the 80,660.
Second.
I want to get a handle on the increase of those numbers. And then as I'm looking, there's not much. Some of them are down.
Yep.
Townswood Park grounds maintenance is up.
We're not doing Townswood yet.
Yeah, just above.
Okay.
There's a total line. Yeah. Keep going up.
Yeah, really, the only line that's up materially is the seasonal wages, and we're not doing that.
Yeah, he went only, there were $2 for Winnie from Raleigh. And that's what, for Winnie for Raleigh.
Okay,
I had really asked the staff to try to stick to as much of a flat budget as possible this year because we thought that our debt service from the schools we knew our debt service would increase because of here with our senior center, et cetera, but we also knew the debt service at the school. And then, of course, they didn't bond as much as they had to, so their debt service isn't as high, but we tried to stay as low as possible in our development.
so without wages and part-time salaries, we've got 80,650,
That's 660.
650,
660.
660. Oops. Made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That's approved. Let's look at Townwood Park.
If I could just say that this year we, our longtime contractor for grounds maintenance retired. We went out to bid and, Eric Olson and Don interviewed the top couple of bidders. They went out for references. So there is an increase in that line, but it is because we have a new contractor that they are both satisfied with.
Who is it? Can I ask?
I cannot remember, but it is on the website. If you go to the selectmen's page and go to RFPs,
Okay.
it's listed who the bids came in from and
Martha, the gatekeeper line is blank.
Because that's a salary also.
Uh-huh, all right.
Electricity. We're close to hitting this year's budget already.
again, it's not like the lights are on over there,
I know,
but it's the rates.
right? I just.
So should we go up?
Should we go up for
Well,
next year?
no, yeah, Kim is saying, isn't it too low?
Well, I think what Don figures is, please remember the 2984 as of 131 he's only got, I don't know what his bills were the last month. I wish we had the December date just to see what he spent in a month. But we've got February, March, April, May, 4 months, 5 months to go. The lights will really start shining brightly and being used more at the end.
I mean,
mean,
it's tricky because it's been so
It's
cold.
tricky. It's
Been so bitter
well, it's-
cold that.
yeah,
Well,
the
it's-
water's off though. See all that's, the building is
Oh.
off. It's closed.
I don't know why it was lowered from 24, 25 to 25, 26 so much.
What do you mean? The budget?
If you look at the
Same.
budget and the actual, no, it was higher than, this year we
So
only
what-
budgeted
when-
3,500, but
Right.
last year it
47.
was
4780.
3,700.
That's a good question, but if you go back to prior years, they were
Yeah,
lower.
It was lower.
So it looks like 24, 25, both budget and actual. And the actual is awfully close to
Yeah.
budget. Something's fishy
Yeah.
there.
I think we were gonna do some, when we asked.
Looks
him
like
if-
there might have been appropriation
Maybe.
because it's all,
The budget would have reflected that then.
Somebody was using the electricity for the senior center building.
Maybe.
That kind of amount.
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
could have been. Yeah, I mean,
Something.
it just, it's
something got coded to an incorrect line in 24, 25. That's all I can think of.
but if you want to add $1,000, just make the motion. I'd be
Well,
supportive.
but also Don looked at this pretty carefully.
Yeah,
And
he
if
does, but he also is,
If he runs over, he can come back.
Yeah,
I mean, he's gonna run over. I mean,
well, not necessarily.
He's got $500 left for the year for electricity.
right, it's gonna be 5 degrees, although nothing's on there, you said.
nothing's on. The water
Yeah.
gets drained,
Yeah,
the
but
building gets shut down.
Got all spring.
yeah.
What? Doesn't-
April comes and like you said, he is on, not just the lights.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's around April 15th. He starts to make it's open.
It's gotta be open by the end of April, because that's when baseball season starts.